My name is Wes Rodriguez.
And I'm Marin Flores.
And you are listening to Sink or Swim with Wes and M.
Okay, so you know what I want to talk about is fashion trends on motorcycles.
What? Elaborate on that.
When I say biker,
I think Hell's Angels. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, a Hell's Angel.
but describe that in fashion.
I apologize for the cussing there. Biker boots that maybe go up just below your knees. Pair of dirty jeans. I don't know. Leather jacket. Well, no leather. Jean jacket, maybe cutoffs. That's what I think when I see biker. I'll give you an example. It's funny. It happened today. I was coming home from work, and I seen that total biker chick. She had the look. She had the leather jacket and the chaps and everything, right? And then as I'm watching her, my eyes are going up towards her head, and she's got a helmet on, and she has two blonde ponytails coming out of the helmet.
Wow.
And at first I was like, wow, that's cool that she actually took the time to drill holes in the helmet.
That is kind of cool.
And then as I got up closer, because I was in my truck, I got up closer, and you could see
she had a mustache.
And it was fucking hilarious.
It was a man?
It was a man. It was just, dude, it was
with
something
ponytails
else.
coming out of his helmet?
Blonde ponytails, and they had.
Don't ruin my joke with reality. That's fucked up, man. Well, that's my point.
Okay.
Stereotypical trends corresponding to an image that you can go, well, I see this, therefore I can assume this. This person is represented by this group of people.
Yeah,
right?
stereotypical.
They belong in that group of people.
Right. Yeah.
So if you type in images on Google, biker, you're going to get the Village People guy in there too.
Right. Or BMXers.
Right? Or fucking Rob Halford. Right?
I would think. I've never Googled biker.
In the sense of the image.
Right. I got you.
So I really got to navigate this conversation without offending too many people. But, well, fuck it. In my mind, I think it's hilarious to think of what if the biker image represented the gay community. And in some sense, it already has.
I guess I see your point. There's a sense of...
Would it be such a macho thing that a man that is obviously gay, you can assume he's into home decorating, cooking, shopping, fashion, clothes and stuff, and certain TV channels, you can assume that.
Yeah,
now,
of course.
What if you could also assume rides a Harley? What if that was part of the stereotype?
I've had, in my younger days, even now I know a couple of people who are gay or whatnot, and I've seen people that you wouldn't even suspect are gay. It just
that's their sexual preference, but not their lifestyle. Where they're obviously flamboyantly gay.
Right, and that's my point. And I've had other friends that they're just so flamboyant about it. It's not even a conversation piece. It's like if you were to go, "Are you gay?" They'd look at you like, "Well, fuck it. What are you, fucking blind?"
Right.
Right. So when if you look at it like in that sense, then I guess if you see something like I've seen movies where they do the biker bars and that fucking assless chaps and and then you take the image of, again, one said Rob Halford, and he had that, and if you look back on all those videos, and I'm gonna just make this real short and sweet, if you look back on his older videos, it's only obvious that he was right. It's only
but
obvious.
Not at that time.
No. Well, he was, but it was under the rug. It was, when he came out.
My point is, today's standards, what we've come to understand,
right,
and accept, those stigmas weren't apparent then.
No. And
same with
I got you.
Freddie Mercury.
I got you. Yeah. I got you.
That's a fucking rock star.
Right.
In the late 70s, early 80s. That's rock star.
Right.
Today that's a homosexual performing.
Right.
Like, how could we have not known that?
And even too, and you even look at you would look at like the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger,
right?
And you see the way he dances on stage,
right.
And he does, and you would assume that that dude swallows cock all day long,
right?
But he loves pussy just as much as the next guy,
right?
So it's there's, and you have to look at those things.
To be fair, he might swallow a cock too.
Well, I've heard. I'm not going to get into it, but I've heard stories. But anyway, we're driving our fucking bus off we're going off the cliff.
My point is,
okay.
A woman seeing a guy riding down the street on a motorcycle turned on. It's well, what if the majority was dudes really dig it when they see me riding my bike? My Harley.
I think that's a personal reference. That's something that one has to ask himself. Is you know what I mean? If you're driving, or if I'm driving and I see a guy on a Harley or a Suzuki or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm just not going to assume that he's in that frame of mind or that sense or whatever, however you want to put it. I don't know what their thinking mentality is. You know what I mean? Now, if we stop at a light and I go, "Hey, nice bike," and he goes, "Oh, thank you," and gives me that look, well, fuck me. Well, not in that sense, but
in my humorous world that I'm describing, you would already know. Oh, hey, there's a gay dude on a motorcycle.
How would you know?
Because I think it's silly and ironic to portray bikers on, with the whole leathers and the skull, fucking bandana around the face.
Right. Like, I was hanging out with some friends, and an old friend of ours showed up. Well, not of yours, but one old friend of mine's. Total biker dude. Total biker. That's why it was funny when you were saying that. And he's got the shirt, and he's got the patches, and he's got ape hangers, right? And then what's it say on the back of his Levi jacket? It says "Messengers of Recovery."
Really?
And it's got this huge eagle on it, and then he's got his shirt under it, and he's just total fucking biker, 100%. Stoner to the bone. If you see him down the street, you hear his shit like half a block away.
Right.
And hardcore.
Right.
And you would think when you first see him from the front, oh shit, here comes trouble, because this motherfucker ain't no joke. He looks the part,
Right. This is my point.
And then when you see the jacket, you're like, oh, he's a messenger of recovery.
Well, so if people know what recovery is,
right.
Not everybody's going to understand.
Well, no, but that's my point. There's certain things or a certain look that you, again, when it came to him, I mean, I know him, you know what I mean? So if I had never met him before and I didn't know anything about recovery and I seen him, I wouldn't just assume that he's gay because of what he's wearing. I mean,
that's the point I'm trying to make. Okay. It's you see that and you're like, okay, kind of steer clear, don't ruffle his feather, because bikers
hey,
are hardcore.
Buddy, how
bikers
you doing?
Are tough and badass and don't mess around, and most likely implement violence into their routine.
What's that? Implement violence.
So
that's funny that you say that.
I just think it can be said, I'm into bikes because the chicks dig it. I think it would be funny to live in a world where that image represented the gay community. I think that'd be hilarious.
I think in some weird sense, there's a community out there that is like that.
And that brings me to another point.
Okay. Oh, you have another point. Okay.
Why can't scooters represent the super hardcore badass?
I love it. He took this whole fucking trip just to get to the scooter, right?
I I would like to live in that world.
Oh my god.
Or don't fuck with that dude.
Right.
You know? Or hey, that's
fortunately,
drapes and
you're riding a scooter.
I don't see your point.
It's a scooter.
But then again, that doesn't mean that the roles are reversed in reality. It doesn't mean that the gay community loves to ride scooters.
You can dress however the fuck you want.
Right.
You can dress however you want. And I've seen you dress.
But what's really awkward about that conversation is where the person actually is. Like where his surroundings are is the only thing that separates, is that dude gay or is that just a biker?
Right.
If he's in a club setting with a certain kind of music going on, or if he's on top of a motorcycle going down the street, you know?
Well, if you want to look at it like that, I mean, well, you see biker clubs all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? You see the women here and there, you know what I mean? But most of the time it's guys. And again, and I always say this when I know I'm going to get myself in trouble. This is my own personal opinion, as ignorant as it sounds. It's mine and mine alone, and I will own it. You see the I can't remember the name of that damn show. I'm not even going to justify the name of it. It's on Discovery Channel with the bikers. They're trying to imitate. They're trying to do a real life version of Sands of Anarchy, right? And these guys, and they're dressing exactly. Now, if I seen these fuckers walking down the street or driving down the street, I would immediately say, "Fucking faggots." You know what I mean? That would be my sense of thinking. Although I wouldn't say it out loud because I want to get my ass kicked. But that's because they're just the way they portray themselves. You know what I mean? But when you first see them, you know, you have that sense of, fuck, are they instilling fear? Are they, you know? And I've seen documentaries too where the bikers, they're going through the town. Hell's Angels are going through Sturgis, or they're going here. The Mongols, they're going out, you know, and people see them and they're like, fuck, hey, you stay on that side of the street, we're going to stay on this side of the street.
Like those old West.
Hey. And
like John Wayne movies where the hardcore gang rolls into town and they're boarding up their windows
and so
the barbershop is holding a double.
And again, I'm not out to offend any bikers, because like I said, I know I have friends who, like I said, are bikers and stuff. So I have to, my personal feelings on that is, if you want to ride a scooter and dress how you want, I think it's all in your mentality. You know what I mean? I mean, me personally, I'm 41 years old, man, but I could ride a fucking skateboard and look cool if I want to. It's all in how you feel on the inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you want to, I mean, it's all in the attitude, you know? I've seen chicks, man, that weigh 300 pounds, dude, and they're sexy as fuck.
Right.
In their own mind.
Right.
Because there's somebody out there for that thing, you know. Not, I shouldn't say it like that thing, but for that person or that woman, you know. So it's all in your mentality, you know what I mean? That's how I look at it, you know. I have good days and I have bad days. Bill Engvall, he says, some days you wake up and you want to strap a fucking leash around your cock and walk it around because you're so proud of it.
Wow, there you go.
And other days you're like, what the fuck am I even doing with this thing?
I just think it's weird. I mean, you look at the Village People's album cover and you're like, okay, cowboy, you know, or Indian, or construction worker, biker, you know, and
well, look at the what was the very first album of Poison? Look what the cat dragged in. I was like, damn, those are some fine bitches. What? Those are dudes.
Right.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
But you know, that was the thing. Look at
like the closer you are to looking like a female and being a female, the more you're gonna attract them. You know, look at David Bowie.
Oh yeah.
You know, one of the most effeminate.
Absolutely. Don't get me started on music, dude. I'll take you on a whole fucking train ride.
Well, we can take that ride. Well, let's just transition to that too. Then I was also thinking about this week